Hey trainers, how's it going? Welcome back to another Pokemon Go video. And in this one, we are going to be going over some more of the new Nightmare Cup battles here. And taking a look at a very strong team of three that actually ValorAsh created on EliteFourTV's channel. So I give him credit for this team. I watched his video and I saw how well it worked for him. So I wanted to try it out here. And as well, in a future video, you'll see me running the same team as well. I really enjoy it as well. I'll talk about the team in a few here, but anyways, without further ado, let's jump right into these battles. Hey guys, welcome to the battles of this video. In this one, we are going up against a ultra friend of ours from the international PvP Discord here. His name is username Will, aka Will. And yeah, we're going to be crediting ValorAsh of the EliteFourTV channel here. If you want to check him out, his link to EliteFourTV's channel will be down below. He came up with this team, and I watched his video on EliteFour aka Blandon's channel, and I found that team to be really strong in the practice battles. I didn't completely annihilate him with it, but we like traded games back and forth, and I found it to be a really good lineup, so I decided to give it a try, and it worked out quite well. Before we get into these battles, a little note here is that Alolan Raichu is a god at spam moves. That Spark charges up the T-Punch and the Wild Charge so quick. It forces a lot of shield pressure, and the charge moves just do so much damage. Pretty much the entire meta will take 1 times damage from them, which means it's not widely resisted or super effective against the entire meta. It will mostly do neutral damage here, and then Drapion in the front is also a very good lead. It's very safe against the entire meta because its only weakness is ground. So that pretty much only means Toxicroak is the only thing that's going to really threaten it. Or maybe a Claydol, but that Claydol only has Earthquake. And it's able to barrage you with Aqua Tails there because the infestation is a bug move, but it gains so much energy, and Aqua Tail is a super low costing move for energy. Its damage per energy is quite good, I believe. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into these battles. So first, as you see, we're running with the same lineup. We call it Switch Lock because eventually I want to make a Switch Lock video and show you guys exactly how to Switch Lock your opponent. But anyways, let's get into this. We have Drapion against Alolan Raichu here. As you can see, I'm almost to an Aqua Tail already, but it gets with T-Punch. So basically, I'm not going to block anything with Drapion. The Aqua Tail damage is really good. He beats me to another T-Punch. I'm just going to let this Drapion faint here. We're going to try to get him into a Switch Lock. But it's not going to work. He's not going to switch out Alolan Raichu. Just going to let it faint there. Now he's going to bring in Hypno, so we got to get out of there ASAP. That Confusion would do 4 times damage to us. We're going to switch into this Alolan Raichu, get off this T-Punch there to do some nice chip damage, but Hypno is a tank in this meta. But watch this, guys. This T-Punch is going to... Actually, no, he's going to shield it. But yeah, the reason I don't shield Drapion is that I can use my shields on the Alolan Raichu so that it can do a bunch of work. As you can see, that Thunder Punch alone just did about half of Toxicroak's HP, and then I come in with my Toxicroak to finish that. But he does have his Hypno in the back. We're going to have to block the Side Shock. And yeah, that's all but over here. He played well there. I just didn't have enough HP on that Alolan Raichu, but it did so much work. That Spark, I believe is 3.7 like energy per turn. Um, yeah, I believe that that's what it is. And then that T-Punch is going to do pretty nice damage. Wild Charge is going to do even more damage, like twice as much. Um, but both apply lots of shield pressure. So in this one, we're going to Elite Drapion against Spiritomb. This is a positive matchup for us. We're going to resist Ominous Wind from that Spiritomb. Um, we're going to hit him with a neutral damage Aqua Tail. We're going to get him again. As you can see, Infestation charges so dang quickly here. And we're not going to block that Ominous Wind, but he does get the boost, so that's a little scary. But we're going to just farm away at the end there to send out a barrage of Aqua Tails here. We got one, then we got two. He's going to shield one of those. And yeah, he's going to save one shield for whatever he has in the back. We could have gone Toxicroak here, but for some reason we didn't. I think that was a misplay on my part, but maybe it was because I wanted to showcase Alolan Raichu a little more. So we get that last shield there, and as you can see, he is super low health here, so I believe we're just going to farm him for a tad bit of energy and then pull the trigger on the T-Punch. And then his last Pokemon is Alolan Raichu, so we're going to hit this with the Wild Charge and watch how much damage this does. That does like a little more than half HP. We're going to switch out here. We're going to eat that T-Punch, and then just for safety measures, we're going to let that die there and then come in with the Raichu to finish that game. So the mindset there was we switched into Toxicroak after we burned their last shield. And yeah, we came into Toxicroak to get the counter damage off so that we could securely finish it with Alolan Raichu. Because we knew his Alolan Raichu would have 0 energy left after it fainted my Toxicroak. So here we have Drapion versus Poliwrath to open the game. This is a very not positive matchup for us, very negative. He actually blocks that first Aqua Tail, so that was a misplay for sure on his end. This is actually better that it's a Bubble Poliwrath, not Mudshot, because Mudshot would be dealing super effective damage and charging those power punches even quicker than Bubble would. So yeah, we're just going to let our Drapion go here. It did its part in burning one shield. And now this is where things get spicy. So we're going to switch into Alolan Alolan Raichu. They're going to switch out into their Alolan Raichu. So we're going to switch into Toxicroak to burn their last shield with a Mud Bomb. We're going to block that T-Punch because we know it does a ton of damage. We're not going to block this one. As you can see, it does about half HP. Or maybe a little less. Like 2/5 maybe. And then yeah, we are going to block this last T-Punch and get off this Mud Bomb. So we win this matchup. And then he brings in that Poliwrath again. We bring in Alolan Raichu and hit it off with a T-Punch. That KOs it. And here comes the Toxicroak. Watch this Wild Charge do absolute work there. It just one-shots it. It one-shots that Toxicroak, guys. You saw that. Wild Charge is a crazy, crazy powerful move. And the best thing about it is it doesn't require all that much energy either. Especially with the fast gaining energy, quick move Spark. You're going to be getting off those Wild Charges like it's nothing. So the idea of this lineup here was to make a Switch Lock video, but it just wasn't happening in most matches. So this one we open. They open Lucario, we open Toxicroak. They have to switch into Spiritomb. So now we do have a Switch Lock advantage. So we are going to switch into Drapion for this positive matchup with Aqua Tails. No need to go for Sludge Bomb. That'll be dealing not very effective damage. We're just going to continue using our Infestation. I've looked into using Bite on Drapion. I know it does. I know it shreds anything Bite's weak to, or in general, it shreds pretty much anything Bite does. But it takes so incredibly long to charge. But yeah, here we're going to force both shields out of this Lucario because we farmed that Spiritomb pretty hard. If you guys watch back on the video, and we're gonna get 3. Yeah, guys, 3 Aqua Tails off, forcing both shields from that Lucario and chipping away at his health. Now we're gonna come in with Toxicroak for the easy cleanup there with Mud Bomb. Take that out. We still got 2 shields left. We're going to block this Mud Bomb here, and then we're gonna KO this other Toxicroak with a Mud Bomb, and then a counter or 2 to finish this game. So yeah, that was a pretty solid win there. Drapion is just, it's a monster. If you can farm away with it, if that's your playstyle, if you like to farm their last small bit of HP left on a Pokemon, you want to be a little risky, charge up some extra energy, then that's how you want to play with Drapion for sure. It will definitely pay off in most scenarios. But yeah, we got the opening match, the positive opening match, so they got to switch into this Hypno. So we're gonna switch into Alolan Raichu. We're gonna fire off this T-Punch there. They're going to block. We actually blocked this because we thought it would maybe be a Shadow Ball, but it was not. So it's very unpredictable now with all these secret movesets, like legacies. Like even that Side Shock is legacy, but it wasn't a Shadow Ball. So we were in the clear. But watch out for Spiritomb if you're using Alolan Raichu, because it will absolutely annihilate an Alolan Raichu. It'll eat right through its health because that Dark Quick move is super effective to Alolan Raichu's subtyping of Psychic. And yeah, here we're going to force that shield with a Mud Bomb. Now our Drapion is going to come back in to finish off this Alolan Raichu with Aqua Tail. And we are going to have a close match here against the rest of the Spiritomb. So we're crossing our fingers they don't get that boost. And we are going to spam this Aqua Tail one more time, and we're going to take that win. So as you can tell, Drapion is a savage. Those infestations charge so quickly. It is a kind of a slow, quick move, but it does charge energy so fast. It feels like a power punch, pretty much, just not stat increasing, stat boosting, I should say, stat buffing. Yeah, we're gonna reinvite him here for some more battles. And let me know in the comments how you like this team, if you've tried it, and tell me what other teams, if you would like me to use. Tell me them in the comments below, and I'll probably put them in a video to see how I do with them as well. So here, we're going to get risky. We're going to leave with Toxicroak against him. No, we're just going to let it feint us. We do get off one charge move before we go out, being Mud Bomb. He eats it. And now we're going to try for a Switch Lock again, since we're down so heavily. So we're going to bring in Drapion, doing super effective infestation damage because Bug is super effective against Psychic. We don't need to block that Side Shock. And he opts to stay in with the Hypno, so very smart on him. He is almost able to take us out there, but we do have some Aqua Tails ready. He's going to use one shield there, but we're going to charge up a little bit of extra energy on top of this Aqua Tail. And look at that, we have another Aqua Tail we can use. So we're going to use it here on Alolan Raichu. They're not going to shield. We have another one. Like, that's like, what, like 5, 6 Aqua Tails? Yeah, we're going to force their 2 shields. We're going to bring in our own Alolan Raichu. We really should have blocked that Thunder Punch now that I look back at it, because we could have had a chance against the Spiritomb. But now, since we've lost so much HP, we're just going to die by quick moves here. These 2 shields are basically useless. And he gets the boost, so yeah, we're definitely not coming back there. I really think if I shielded that first T-Punch, that my Alolan Raichu would have had enough health left to get off 2 T-punches itself, kill the Spiritomb, and then maybe even fire off a Wild Charge against that Alolan Raichu he had there in the back. A little unfortunate that his last Pokemon was Spiritomb, but oh well, that's how it goes sometimes. And we're running the same lineup against him, just to see how well he counters it. So here we have a Dark Poison versus Dark Poison, Drapion versus Alolan Muck. Who's gonna come out on top here? I believe based on Sims, Drapion might come out on top, but he uses Acid Spray there. He should have just used Dark Pulse because I wasn't gonna block it anyways. We want to use Drapion as a shield burner, not so much as a shield user. Yeah, that Dark Pulse does a ton of damage, and it takes us out there, but at the cost of what, 1 shield from them. So we're gonna bring in Alolan Raichu here, farm up some energy against that Alolan Muck, and now we have a Thunder Punch ready to go, and a Wild Charge just about ready. So here comes Toxicroak. We're gonna barrage him with some Thunder Punches. As you can see there, it digs into Toxicroak's health by a large margin. We're gonna need to block that Mud Bomb because that would knock us out if we don't. And yeah, we're not able to finish off Toxicroak, so that's kind of unlucky. And we're going to finish off their Toxicroak, and they come in with another Hypno. So yeah, this is another GG. That Hypno is just too tanky for us. I've been meaning to try Hypno, but I just haven't powered it up yet. It doesn't have Shadow Ball, but it does have Psyshock, and it is a lucky. But I don't feel like investing in a secondary move on it, to be honest. As you can see there, it's 593 CP. I don't really want to invest in the Spiritomb either, because if you guys have watched my video on the meta for this cup, I don't know, Spiritomb doesn't really have the best. It doesn't have a large amount of positive matchups. All it's really used for is to beat the fighting types, and even that, it loses to fighting types in certain shield scenarios. It really only beats like the psychic types. So anyways, here it's Alolan Muck versus Skuntank. We're just eating each other's charge moves there. We're gonna never mind. I thought we were gonna go for an Acid Spray. That's one thing about Alolan Muck though, is that its Acid Spray is great utility. It lowers their defense by 2. I believe, right? Or their attack by 2? I think it's their defense. Yeah, it lowers their defense by 2, allowing you to be able to farm energy easier without as much of a risk of having to use the shield to block one of their charge moves. So yeah, here we have Xatu versus Hypno. The Ominous Wind is going to deal some okay super effective damage. Not the greatest, but yeah, we do not seem to have the best boost luck, as we haven't really gotten very many boosts at all, actually. I think I only count 1 from this entire set of battles, if I recall correctly. And yeah, since they're unshielded, we're going to be able to take them very low with that Mud Bomb and finish them off with the Toxicroak, but their last is Hypno again. They made a clever switch out so that their Hypno would stay alive, and that was smart. That was real smart. They gave it enough HP to where it can get off 1 more Confusion and KO me. So anyways, here, we're switching it up. We got Shifter as a lead out there, doing some nice little Razor Leaf damage, but that Skuntank is resisting it because it's poison. And poison resists grass while dealing super effective poison jab damage to me. So it does. I actually switch out of there for Hitmonchan. And then he brings in Alolan Raichu. So we're going to hit it off with the Power Punch. Ice Punch here. And hit it off with a Power Punch this time. See if they block. They do, so that's perfect. Now we're going to have to block this Thunder Punch there, and we're going to... Actually, he's going to be able to kill me with another Thunder Punch. So, he tricked me. He charged up 2 Thunder Punches in a row, basically. But now we have Gallade, and they only have 1 shield left. So, yeah, it's Toxicroak, and that's just going to three-shot it. So that's an interesting thing to note. A Hypno takes 4 confusions to kill a Toxicroak, while a Gallade only takes 3. And that's because Hypno's stat product is less offensive and more defensive, so it has a lower attack total, while Gallade has a lot higher attack total, if that makes sense. I believe I'm correct on that. Yeah, here we have a Gallade versus an Alolan Muck. We're fine with this because I made the squad purposely to deal damage through shields. Meaning, I have 2 Pokemon in this lineup that deal a lot of damage, and they don't even need to use their charge moves for. So yeah, as you can see, Alolan Muck is one of those, and so is Gallade. Well, Alolan Muck isn't as much, but Gallade definitely is using Confusion. And we have Xatu here to round out and to put some shield pressure on with Ominous Wind. He's going to block that with Skuntank, but I actually do get a boost, so I decided to stay in here for a little longer. We get off another Ominous Wind, and they're in trouble. So this is the one time where I did get that boost, and it somewhat paid off. Dealt tons of damage, but now we have Alolan Muck as a closer. So this is where I wanted to test Alolan Muck as a closer. So this is my biggest mistake in this mirror match, is that I go for Dark Pulse here instead of the Acid Spray. You guys will see at the end of this battle how this made the difference. So now I go for Acid Spray, realizing a little too late that I'm not going to be able to win this. This is going to get extremely close though, because watch this Dark Pulse. We're going to hit it with Dark Pulse, and it's going to be taken down so low, and it just barely gets off one more foul play. And look at its health. If we use that Acid Spray first to lower the defense by 2, and then we use those 2 Dark Pulses, we would have won that. We would have won that. I didn't want to go for Acid Spray because I thought Dark Pulse would do a lot more damage than what it actually did. It did a lot more damage after we applied the Acid Spray. After we applied the defense debuff there. So that's something to remember for future Alolan Muck closer matchups. Use Acid Spray first. If you're up against another Dark type, use Acid Spray first if you want to. Now in this one we have a very positive matchup, Toxicroak versus Lucario, but they switch into Toxicroak. So we're going to gain some energy and then switch into this Alolan Raichu. We are going to use this Thunder Punch. And at this point, we have already blocked 1 charge move, being that Mud Bomb. So now we're going to block a second one, because we want to break their last shield. This is actually a bad switch in from me, by the way. I could have just switched into Toxicroak and been fine, but this is where that energy comes in. And they switch out Toxicroak for Absol. So I'm not sure why they did that. Maybe to sacrifice it, but I'm going to kill this Toxicroak regardless with the Mud Bomb. And then his last Pokemon is a Lucario. We're going to put that so low, and his Lucario is going to finish me off, but we do have Drapion in the back. And it can actually handle 1 power-up punch from an already powered up Lucario, so that's pretty incredible. If that was Lapras, that thing would have been dead. For sure. Yeah, well played in all these games thus far. I am really liking this lineup. It's really balanced. It is somewhat weak to Toxicroak, but that's the end of the battles, guys. Yeah, one thing to take note of is that the lineup again is weak to Toxicroak. My Toxicroak can lose against another Toxicroak depending on shields. Drapion is weak to Toxicroak's Mud Bomb. And the Alolan Raichu is also weak to the ground move. his charge move. So we have 3 things all weak to that Mud Bomb. Just gotta watch out for that and make sure you preserve your shields for a Lucario in case it does come in. And yeah, that's the end of the battles in the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you learned something or if I helped you, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like, leave your most favorite teams down below in the comments and possibly let me know if you want me to try any of your favorite squad lineups, and I might do that in a video. So yeah, that concludes the video today. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will talk to you in the next one. See ya.